The Perron family's chilling story has captivated audiences for decades, largely thanks to the blockbuster film The Conjuring. But beyond the Hollywood dramatization lies a raw, terrifying truth, a 9-year ordeal that forever marked the lives of Roger and Carolyn Perron and their 5 young daughters. Their lives after the haunting, after they finally fled the Harrisville, Rhode Island farmhouse in 1980, remain a profound mystery to many. What truly happened within those walls? And more importantly, what happened after? This is the story of the Perron family. Then and now, we delve into their harrowing journey, from the first whispers of the unseen to the full-blown terror that consumed their home. We'll explore the lasting effects of this profound paranormal encounter, comparing their experiences then with their reflections today. Join us as we uncover the enduring legacy of a family bound by unimaginable fear and ultimately by love and survival. What does it mean to live with the memory of such a haunting? And how does a family move forward when the ghosts of the past refuse to stay silent? It began in the winter of 1971. Roger and Carolyn Perron, seeking a quiet, idyllic life, moved their 5 daughters, Andrea, Nancy, Christine, Cindy, and April, into the Arnold estate, a sprawling colonial farmhouse in Harrisville, Rhode Island. It was meant to be a dream home, a place to raise their children surrounded by nature and history. But the dream quickly soured. Almost immediately, the house revealed its secrets. Subtle at first, brooms moving on their own, small piles of dirt appearing in freshly cleaned rooms, doors creaking open and slamming shut. The children reported seeing spirits, some playful, others more menacing. Cindy, the middle child, often spoke of Manny, a kind spirit who would watch over them. But there were darker presences too. There were spirits who were harmless, some who were playful, but then there was Bathsheba. Andrea Perron, the eldest daughter, has often recounted. Bathsheba Sherman, a woman accused of witchcraft and the murder of an infant in the 19th century, was believed to be the most malevolent entity haunting the property. She reportedly saw Carolyn Perron as a rival for control of the household. The paranormal activity escalated. Beds would levitate, objects would fly across rooms, and a putrid, rotting smell would often permeate the house. Carolyn Perron experienced the brunt of the physical attacks. She was pinched, slapped, and on one terrifying occasion, allegedly levitated and thrown across a room by an unseen force. The children witnessed terrifying apparitions, including an old woman with a broken neck, often seen hanging from a rafter or with her head lolling to the side. The family lived in a constant state of fear, the cheerful atmosphere they had hoped for, replaced by an oppressive dread. They tried blessings, they sought help, but the entity or entities seemed to grow stronger, more aggressive. The daily routine became a struggle for normalcy against a backdrop of unimaginable terror. This wasn't just a house with a few creaks. This was a home under siege by forces they couldn't understand or control. Desperate, the Perrons eventually contacted Ed and Lorraine Warren, the famed paranormal investigators, in 1973 or 1974. Lorraine, a clairvoyant, immediately sensed a dark presence upon entering the home. The Warrens concluded that the house was infested with multiple spirits, with Bathsheba being the dominant, malevolent force. Their investigation brought a temporary spotlight, but also, according to Andrea Perron's accounts in her book, House of Darkness, House of Light, an intensification of the activity. The Warrens conducted seances and investigations, attempting to cleanse the house. One infamous seance, intended to contact the spirits and hopefully pacify them, went horribly wrong. Carolyn Perron allegedly became possessed, speaking in tongues and being thrown violently. This event, deeply traumatic for the entire family, particularly the children who witnessed it, marked a turning point. The night of the seance was the most terrifying night of my life in that house, Andrea has stated. She described her mother, speaking in a voice not her own, her body contorting. Roger, fearing for his wife's life and sanity, and deeply disturbed by the Warrens' methods, ordered them to leave and never return. While the Warrens' involvement brought the Perron case to wider attention, it didn't resolve the haunting. For the Perrons, the terror continued, perhaps even amplified. They felt abandoned, left to deal with an increasingly hostile environment on their own. The promise of relief had turned into an even deeper nightmare. The house wasn't just haunted. It felt actively malevolent, fighting back against any attempt to reclaim peace. For nearly a decade, the Perron family endured the unendurable. Finally, in 1980, with their finances depleted and their spirits battered, they made the heartbreaking decision to leave the Arnold estate. They couldn't sell it in its haunted state. They simply walked away, seeking refuge and a chance to heal. But leaving the house didn't mean leaving the trauma behind. The emotional and psychological scars ran deep. Each family member processed the experience differently. Carolyn, having suffered the most direct physical and psychological torment, struggled significantly. The children carried the memories of fear, of helplessness, of witnessing things no child should ever see. You don't just walk away from something like that and pretend it didn't happen. Many who experience severe trauma will attest. The parents faced disbelief, ridicule, and the immense challenge of rebuilding their lives while carrying such an extraordinary burden. There was PTSD, anxiety, and the constant reliving of terrifying moments. Despite the horror, the family remained incredibly close, their shared ordeal forging an unbreakable bond. Over the years, they began to speak out, most notably Andrea Perron, who penned a 3-part memoir, House of Darkness, House of Light, offering a detailed, personal account of their experiences, far richer and more nuanced than any film adaptation could portray. This act of sharing became a part of their healing, a way to reclaim their narrative and validate their experiences. They found that many others had similar unexplained encounters, fostering a sense of community and understanding. Their story wasn't just about a haunted house. It was about survival, resilience, and the enduring power of family. So where are the Perrons now? Decades have passed since they fled the farmhouse. Roger Perron passed away in 2023. Carolyn Perron, now in her 80s, has largely remained private, but has supported her daughter's efforts to tell their story. The 5 Perron sisters, Andrea, Nancy, Christine, Cindy, and April, have all carved out their own lives. Andrea Perron became an author and lecturer, dedicating much of her life to sharing their family's story and exploring paranormal themes. She has emphasized the importance of understanding such phenomena, not just as scary tales, but as profound human experiences. Nancy Perron has also been involved in sharing the family's story, often appearing with Andrea. Christine, Cindy, and April have generally maintained more private lives, though they have occasionally participated in documentaries or interviews, corroborating the events and sharing their perspectives. Each sister carries the hauntings' legacy differently, but they are united in the truth of what they endured. Their reflections today are a mix of the lingering chill of memory and a profound understanding of life's complexities. They don't present themselves as victims, but as survivors who found strength in each other. Their stories' continued relevance in pop culture, particularly through the Conjuring franchise, has brought them a unique kind of fame, one they navigate with grace and a commitment to historical accuracy. They often express a desire for people to understand the full story, the human cost beyond the jump scares. They advocate for empathy for those who experience the unexplained, and stress the importance of family support in overcoming trauma. The Perron family's ordeal is a stark reminder of how unexplained phenomena can deeply impact individuals and families. Their story transcends a simple ghost tale. It's a testament to the strength of familial bonds when tested by unimaginable fear. Shared trauma can either shatter or solidify relationships, and for the Perrons, it clearly forged an unbreakable unity. Their journey highlights the critical need for open communication and robust support systems when facing traumatic events, paranormal or otherwise. The isolation they often felt can be as damaging as the initial trauma itself. By sharing their story, they've not only validated their own experiences, but have also opened a door for others to speak about their own encounters with the unknown, fostering a broader conversation about how we respond to events that defy easy explanation. The legacy of the Perron family haunting isn't just about fear. It's about courage, resilience, and the enduring search for understanding in a world that still holds many mysteries. Perhaps the most chilling aspect of the Perron family story isn't a single ghostly encounter, but the insidious, long-term psychological siege they endured. It wasn't just about what they saw or heard. It was about how the very fabric of their reality was torn apart, day by day, for 9 long years. Imagine being a child, knowing your home, the place you're supposed to feel safest, is actively hostile. Imagine a mother, Carolyn, targeted, tormented, her sanity questioned not just by unseen forces, but by a world unequipped to believe her. Andrea Perron has often spoken about the elemental spirits tied to the land, entities far older and more complex than simple human ghosts. The true climax of their ordeal wasn't a single night of terror, like the seance, but the crushing realization that they were utterly powerless against these forces, and that the help they sought could even make things worse. The decision to leave wasn't a victory, but a necessary retreat for survival. The then was a constant battle. The now is a life lived with those indelible memories. Even today, the sisters speak of the house with a palpable sense of its lingering power. The true shock isn't that a house can be haunted, but that a family can endure such a prolonged assault on their senses and spirit, and still emerge, not unscathed, but whole and willing to tell the tale. Their collective courage in facing their past and sharing it with the world is perhaps the most profound revelation of all. The entities may have owned the house, but they never truly broke the Perron family. The Harrisville Farmhouse still stands, a silent monument to the events the Perron family says transpired within its walls. Their story, a chilling blend of history, folklore, and profound personal trauma, continues to fascinate and frighten. What they experienced, what they saw, and what they felt has become a cornerstone of paranormal lore. But beyond the legends, it's a human story of a family pushed to its limits. They left the house, but did the house ever truly leave them? The echoes of those 9 years resonate in their lives, a permanent fixture in their family history. Do you believe their account? What would you have done, faced with such inexplicable and malevolent forces? The Perron family's then and now serves as a powerful, unsettling reminder that some doors, once opened, can never truly be closed, and that the veil between our world and the next might be thinner than we dare to imagine. The shadows of the past can stretch very, very far. If the Perron family's true story sent shivers down your spine, please give this video a like and share it with fellow paranormal enthusiasts. What are your thoughts on their experiences? Let us know in the comments below. And most importantly, subscribe to your channel name and hit that notification bell so you never miss our next exploration into the unexplained and the terrifying. Until next time, stay curious and perhaps sleep with the lights on.